Hi, everybody. Welcome to ZealZaddy. This is our Magnus Archives Miami stream. My name is Scott. My pronouns are he, him. And tonight's episode has the longest title of an episode I think I've ever made. The fire of the heart can never be extinguished by the water of the mind, so the leadership of courage burns away the guidance of the brilliant, and so we ever live in fear. The Magnus Archives RPG was created by Monty Cook Games, and the podcast of the same name was created by the Rusty Quill. Both are awesome. You should definitely start with the podcast if you haven't listened to it. The Magnus Archives Miami is a horror campaign that may contain material not suitable for all audiences. We explore topics from deep personal fears to existential threats to humanity. Listener discretion is advised. All right, we are all in. Make sure that all the audio is working. I think the audio is working. Somebody say something. I just want to make sure that I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Yes, okay, it's all working.
Yeah,
It's just so perfectly silent. It was like, wow, that was weirdly silent. All right, we are missing one tonight, so we will then start. Why don't we start with Nova? Let us know who you are, where they can find you, and all the cool things you're doing.
Oh, hi everyone, my name is Wayra. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Nova, whose pronouns are also she, they. You can find me at Fake Shiny on most socials and over at the Rainbow Dice Club for the podcast Tales of Three.
Walter.
Hello, everyone. Shatargat here. And that's all.
All right. You're going to keep it simple tonight. Satori.
Hello, everybody. My name is Shanoa Reed, she, they. I'm playing Satori Falk, she, her. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Zephyrite or over at the Diceberg Ahead TTRPG podcast.
All right. And Alder, you get to close that out.
Hey everyone, my name is Quinn. I use any pronouns. You can find me on Bluesky and Bluesky only at QuinnBeckham27. And starting not next weekend, but the weekend after, you will be able to find me every week on Logomancy's Twitch page on Saturdays at a time that my brain cannot remember. I think 1 p.m. Pacific. Where I will be running something that is also horror. So if you're here and you like horror, I'll be running a different horror game every Saturday, not next week, but the week after.
What game are you going to be running?
I'm running a game called Emergent. It's a brand new indie horror game that I was on the creative team for. And we've had a one shot, but this is our first longer actual play, and I'm really excited that I get to run it. It's been too long since I ran things. I really appreciate being here and playing because in my home games, I am the forever GM. So I've jumped into playing more in actual plays.
Yeah, I have in my, you know how you have a priority list? I have one to play in a couple of games this year because I never play in anything. I always run. But I'm going to play in maybe 2. And a charity stream is coming too. But I don't want to announce anything yet, so... All right, so when we last left off, Sam went home with Mace and on his way out said, I need to go see if I can hide this stuff. And I don't want anyone to know where I put it. So he leaves and clears the office with the rest of you there. This is the rare moment when everyone's in the office just in one place. No 3 cities or anything. How odd. Although Alder did have a very unusual experience that day, and so did Nova. Some crazy experiences. But there you are.
I definitely want to go talk to Nova.
Well, Nova, you had seen left to go walk around with this FBI agent.
Yeah.
And she is returned. She is in the office.
Nova, can I pull you aside for a quick combo?
Shit. Yeah. Yeah, sure. 1 second. She
Okay.
closes her laptop. She gets up and follows you.
I
Do you
go
want to talk here,
to.
or
Oh, we can go like elsewhere. I'm gonna go up to the balcony.
Oh, okay. Oh,
light a little.
To the top or to in the courtyard here?
The roof.
The roof. Okay.
Yeah, the roof. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'll head up there and get a smoke. Do you smoke?
I do, yeah. Nasty habit, but I do.
I'll offer you one.
Oh, thanks. Take out a lighter and
So,
light both of theirs.
How'd everything go? You know, at the FBI office.
Her name was Jamie, by the way.
Thank you. It went weird. It was okay for most of it. In the end, kind of went. Well, some things happened that, of course, I can't explain. They don't make any sense.
As per usual.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems par for the course here. I feel like I left with somebody, but I don't remember who. And I feel like they're missing now, but I have nothing to base that off of. And the more I think about it, the harder it is to grasp for that information. So that's frustrating. But on top of that, I don't know. It's there was a person I was speaking to at the FBI who made doors to places that shouldn't have been possible to make doors to. Like I was definitely in like New York, and then I opened a door. Oh, she's gone.
Of course.
Clockwork.
But an instant back is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Hey.
Hello again.
Oh, welcome back.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
At
Of
least
course.
It was quick.
Yeah, it could have been longer.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I need to like get an extender or something like that because, my God. Stay with me, internet.
Please.
Okay.
Where did I lose ya?
Last thing I heard was that you feel like you forgot about somebody, but you can't remember, and you feel like they're missing.
Yes. Okay. And the more that I think about that information, the harder it is to grasp. But that's not the weirdest part. The person that I left with earlier, Jamie.
Yeah.
She made like doors to places that didn't seem possible. Like I was definitely in New York. And then I opened the door and I was here at the office.
Interesting. That is weird.
That is super weird. And she appeared out of thin air today.
Just to give you a little visit?
Yeah, and took the door away to my office.
Did she do anything else weird?
Yeah, like a whole bunch of things. I don't even know where to begin. It seems like a lot. she said that she could feel the building.
Oh yeah, this building's weird. I don't
That's
know how you
news to
can
me.
feel a building, but
She
it's a
said that
weird building.
she put a hand on the wall and she said she felt like a like an in-between floor or something. I don't know what that means,
Ooh,
but
yeah.
she could see it.
Yeah, I know exactly actually what she's talking about.
Is that a thing here?
Yeah, so there's a button that's attached to an old elevator panel that says do not press. On the button says your floor. And
Huh.
somebody, I won't name names, pressed a button in the elevator and it led them to a some sort of pocketed dark expanse that may or may not have had Eileen in it.
I see. She wanted to take me into that floor, and also to get into the ballroom.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
bad idea.
I told her as such, and she plans to come back on her own at a later time. I don't know how to stop her if she can take away doors and put doors back where there shouldn't be. Um,
I mean, bullets stop a lot of things.
they do. That's true.
Uh, is there anything else that you might want to tell me, considering there's so many weird things happening? Could be personal, pertinent to a case, maybe involved.
I don't know if there's anything involved. Um, my personal stuff I don't think is involved in the things that are happening right now.
But there could be.
I mean, I guess, but I don't really see a connection. Um, Other than the fact that Jamie did offer, uh, she gave me a very interesting offer, I should say.
Interesting how.
Um, she asked me to kill Teddy, which I had fully intended to help you all do anyway.
Yeah,
Um,
Teddy's on my shit list, so
yeah. You guys are kind of on my team, so they're automatically on my shit list. But in exchange, they offered to let me see my sister, which is wild because she's dead. So I don't know, well, she should be dead. So I don't know how that works.
uh I don't know. But I do need to let you know that Sienna brought your case
She brought my case, like here.
to my attention, and I found that you had a transcript, a recording, and I listened to it to be aware of the situation in case something like this were to turn up.
I see. So you already knew.
So, yes, I wanted to give you a chance to say anything that you needed to. And I also did not want to discuss this in front of the team in case this is something that you did not want them all knowing about.
I appreciate that. But there's the only reason why I didn't bring it up when Walter asked about, our back stories per se,
Mm-hmm.
um, is because there were other more important things in the moment, and
Yeah.
my stuff hasn't really come up yet. So I figured it could wait. We had more important things to address. I don't
Yeah.
care if they know.
Okay.
I'll tell them they probably should know eventually, but
All right.
yeah,
I think it's good that, at least one other person is in the know just in case.
for sure. Thanks for
And if
thanks for
Jamie
talking to
is
me about it.
interested in, of course. I mean, we are a team and I want you to feel welcome here, even though under the circumstances, you may have been thrown into the water, and the water may be scalding. So
That's all right. I like my showers hot, like hell.
yeah,
So
I mean it is Miami, so
yeah,
you don't really get cool here. So
it's true. But you're right. I think it is good for more than one person to know.
yeah. Maybe I should tell other people as well, but Kyle, he's got his own vices
Oh,
in a sense that he is not entirely human.
I see. What is Kyle? If you don't mind me asking.
Like a werewolf.
Like what?
Okay, I know it sounds like really stupid and silly, but that's like the closest thing that I can attribute it to, because every time around the full moon, he loses pretty much a whole night, all of his clothes, and may or may not hurt people unintentionally. And this would be posing a problem here in a few weeks.
Sounds like a werewolf.
So I need to start telling people so we can try and figure out a solution here. And also to keep an eye on him, because his anger sometimes gets the best of him.
That's fair. Ever think of like, this sounds awful, but like chaining him up on full moons or something?
I thought about it, you know. I also thought about like silver, and I don't know if that would just scald his skin or, you know, making him drink a wolfsbane tea. But I just need to figure out some sort of way to make him more in control during those times so he doesn't go crazy and kill people. Which is why Teddy kind of wants to get her hands on him as well. She likes the fact that he is the way that he is.
I see. Well, she can fuck off, first of all. But
yeah, I will shoot her again. I did sink 2 bullets into her and she seemed fine. Yeah.
Fuck, I wonder
twice.
I wonder how we take her out then.
More bullets.
There's got to be an easier way though, you know?
I mean, I hope so. Eileen just snatched her and took her to a dark space, so I don't know how long she's going to be in that space.
Maybe I should have fucking went with her into that middle floor.
No. It's weird in there. Like, walls don't really, you know, happen.
What?
It's just nothing. Like, literally.
I see. So
I mean, you wouldn't be able to see
at all?
No.
How the fuck did you guys get out?
The elevator.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, I don't know. I should probably stop saying that because you can't see in there. It's so bizarre.
It is. Anyway, I should also probably go find Walter because he might be the only other person that can figure out how to de-wolfy Kyle.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, I can help you knock him out. I mean, I pack a mean punch, I'm not gonna lie.
We could always, you know, go an hour or so north and just chain him up to a tree and...
True.
Maybe if anybody knows about a really secure basement.
What about like a pad? No, that sounds bad. But like a padded cell or something, you know? So he doesn't hurt himself.
Yeah, would I like have to pay a cleaning fee after? Like, do we rent padded cells?
A padded cell.
I can't say I've ever rented one, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
I could ask some people. I don't know if it would be applicable here, but I got friends that used to be in the police force in my country for a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have a friend my cousin. He's in the FBI as well.
Oh, no way.
But Yeah. Um,
Cool.
so he can help me in some of those instances, but he probably would criticize me first.
I mean,
We're
that's a little
basically
criticism.
siblings. Yeah. Anyway, I put my cigarette out.
Down in the office, Alder, you see Shatargat, not Shatargat. See Walter. Um, you have your headset on, like your for listening to tapes, and you were listening to the tape you had found, and you see Walter in kind of a meditative stance, a frequent occurrence, and then his eyes open and they lock on you for a moment. Walter, you see Alder kind of slide in through the door, and it kind of brings you around.
I'll try not to move. Like, try to maintain my focus. I mean, we have lots of stuff happened, and everyone else started to bring new cases on the table. So Walter just wants to not think about anything, at least for a while.
Okay.
So
When
Um,
sorry, go on.
oh, I was asking, can I clarify when I was sitting at my desk, was I listening to like just listening to statements doing my job or listening to a statement that Sam found and was on his desk?
The one that Sam had found,
Okay, okay.
but just
Just
remembering kind of you have a job and like it just
yeah, yeah,
became a moment where you could take a breath for a moment.
yeah,
Although I'm sure your mind is not necessarily on that, but it was kind of
yeah,
a way to clear your mind for a bit.
yeah. Well, Alder had been working on, I think when we had left them, had been working on making their little to-do list that I have in front of me, which is not yet completed because Alder needs to ask Satori some things to like finalize it. But as they were writing stuff down, something that they wrote down, not in a high spot of priority, but was like, oh yeah, like we haven't listened to like a single tape in like a week and a half. So maybe we should like do our actual jobs, and then I think like walking in and seeing that Sam had a tape like literally in the player was just might as well just go and see what that's about. And then turns that on and listens to it, and then goes to find Walter. Um, who I feel so bad about interrupting again, but you know, poor Walter just doesn't want to think about anything. As he deserves after everything we've had going on. Um, but yeah, I will hang on. What's the what was the date on the statement? Like how long ago is it from?
I dropped it in your Discord.
Okay, oh yeah. Oh perfect. Okay. Okay. And then can you remind me if on Alder's like haunted buildings list was the courthouse on that list?
No.
No? Okay, okay. So there's no reason I would suspect it to be like in connection to anything. Um,
Right.
okay. Then yeah, I'll walk in and see Walter kind of looking at me and just like, "Hey,
no,
Walter, are you
no, not,
busy?"
no, 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 not right now.
Okay. I think I just like honestly
Please,
like just back out of
please.
the room, like just walk back out into my own office and wait for Satori to come in.
And as you're backing out, you Satori and do you follow? Do you go downstairs also, Nova?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, Satori and Nova start coming in also as you're backing out of Walter's office.
Okay. Um. Oh. Perfect. Satori,
Yeah.
couple of questions, and Alder holds up the list that you can't read, but it's color coded, so I had Alder do lists the way that I do lists. This is the ADHD friendly list where it's like top priority category stuff is on the top in green, mid priority stuff is yellow. Yeah, Alder just like pulls out a bunch of colored pencils out of their desk that are now like scattered across the top of their desk. That goes over to you. Okay, so Walter mentioned that Sam has like a cult problem going on. He didn't tell me much about it. Is that like a high priority thing? Is there like a deadline or a timeline on that?
I think there's a deadline on that. Yeah.
Okay.
I would put
Okay.
into parentheses like 3 days.
Okay. So
Two
that is
now.
Oh shit.
soon.
2 days.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put that in the top. They pull out the green.
Yeah.
And
I noticed you have Kyle on there. You could put 3 weeks about on there.
Okay.
I mean, werewolf problem.
Wait. Was that in character? What? Because I definitely have it written down as werewolf problem. But if you say Kyle, wait.
Yeah, no, it would have made sense that I slipped up on it, considering I just told Nova.
Wait,
yeah.
is werewolf problem is Kyle?
Yeah. God damn it.
I mean, that looks better on my list than writing werewolf problem, which is what it says right now. I'll
Yeah,
put
it's
his name
Kyle.
on it. Kyle. I mean, I was kind of wondering who he was and where he came from. Where did you find a werewolf?
We went to high school together, actually.
Oh, was he a werewolf then too? Or did he like become a werewolf after high school?
I think he was a werewolf in high school. Yeah. I don't know when. I haven't grilled him on questioning. But yeah. It was about that time. And then he showed up on my doorstep.
3.
How many days ago?
Wait.
Like 5 or 6 days ago.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
Teddy was not far behind.
Okay, well,
So
We-
the
we-
werewolf problem and the Teddy problem are pretty interconnected.
okay. I definitely put the Teddy problem as like a top thing on our priority list.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
have a deadline, but it just feels like she kind of wants to kill a lot of us.
Yeah.
So I feel like that should be a priority. It's kind of interesting. We all really have like something. I didn't realize till I wrote it all out. Like we all have something on here. Like Walter has the stuff with the fire cult. You have the Kyle problem, and now Sam has something, and I still have to figure out what to do about Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nova, sorry, you really walked into just a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Like we all really have our own things going on that are
Hey.
kind of cases.
No worries. I mean, your problems are my problems. So,
Well, we have a lot of them.
Well, do we want to add Jamie to the list, Nova?
oh yeah,
Or-
maybe we should.
Or anything
Like
else?
low priority. I don't know what Jamie is, so
Who's Jamie?
Well, she said she
Uh,
was trying to help you.
yeah, she said
FBI.
she was trying to help me, but I don't know what her version of help is. So, she's the FBI agent that I left with earlier, Alder.
I will write Jamie FBI. But yeah, we need more things in the low priority category, honestly, because right now the only thing that's really there is like listening to statements kind of feels low priority, but also that's our job, so it feels weird
Yeah.
having that in like the lowest priority.
Do we know if we've gotten any new statements since like the last 2 weeks?
No, because you guys have not been
Yeah.
clearing the
We haven't
ones you
taken
already
any,
have.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
have a few on your desks, but nothing's been done with them. Actually, you may not even know that there are some statements that have been listened to and need.
I don't know.
be
I'm new
addressed.
here. I know how to do field work.
Although yeah, speaking of like statements, and actually doing our job, I did like when I came back into the office, Sam had left a statement like out on his desk, and since he's not gonna be back for who knows how long, I figured I would just listen to it and see what was on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that because I don't know if it's urgent. It's a statement from 2012, so it's kind of old.
I mean, we can listen to it and see.
I listened to it. Yeah, here, I can get it and play it for you if you want. It's kind of like more culty stuff, which is what made me think like maybe it's like kind of it could be semi. There's a lot of culty type stuff going on.
Mhm.
And then there was like some artifact thing that she touched, and when she touched it, she started hearing things, which kind of reminds me of what happens when I touch things sometimes. Um, I think you can like see as Alder says that Alder still has like the stone from Maggie in their pocket, and they're
Mhm.
like, like they're like playing with it in their hand, like like kind of doing this thing, like just like turning the stone over and over again, and do the like grimace as they taste it again. They're like, it's they know every time that it tastes bad, but it's like their reminder of Maggie that they have with them, so they're like always touching and holding it, and it's like, oh, this tastes so bad every time. But yeah, here I can put the statement on, and we can all listen to it if you want. If it seems like a good thing to do with our time, again, I don't know if it's really. It feels weird to say like I don't know if doing our job is a good way to use our time. But I don't.
I mean,
know if
it is our job, so
it is our job. I'll put it on.
Yeah, we can listen to it.
We should listen to that. Yeah.
Give me a sec. Let me cue it up. You can keep talking for a moment while I get it ready.
Should I leave you to do this, or should I hear it too?
I mean, you are on the team, so.
Cool.
It wasn't like anything related to any of us or anything. It's just like a old statement, and one of the ones we're going and sorting through. I have no idea if it's going to be relevant or not, but it's rare we find some that aren't like damaged by the storm. A lot of them are like damaged or incomplete. This one seemed pretty complete, so. Yeah, wait, no, but have you heard any of the statements before? Like, I don't think you've actually listened to any before.
Nope. I have not. Right. I arrived here and was asked to look into a case, so I did.
Yeah, this is like normally if you'd arrived like a week earlier, this was all we were doing for a while, was just like listening to these and trying to find complete ones. And that was it, if you can believe it. That was like
a week ago?
Yeah.
Like maybe
Tori,
2
is that right?
At this point.
Maybe 2.
Oh shoot, has it that whole party really threw off my perception of time. It might have been only a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know,
like a week and a half, maybe.
Let me see if I'm getting it.
Statement regarding incidents surrounding Santeria rituals near the Miami-Dade courthouse. Recorded December 12th, 2012. Audio recording by Matilda Ives, Field Archivist, the Magnus Institute, Miami. Statement begins. To outsiders, it's surprising how commonplace street rituals take place in Miami. Locals spoke in hushed tones about what they call La Pared Sangrienta, the blood wall. The story centered around the Miami-Dade courthouse, the towering memorial that somehow manages to feel both imposing and decrepit. On November 29th, I went to the courthouse to investigate reports of ritual sacrifices discovered behind the building. Facilities manager Marta Cruz tipped me off. She said the custodial staff again found dead chickens in an alley directly behind the courthouse. Their heads removed, bodies arranged in patterns, with melted candle stubs and smudges of red clay littering the ground around them. Even here, in a modern city teeming with modernities, there were still places for the unusual. As I arrived at the courthouse late that evening, the sun had already set, painting the skyscrapers in gray hues. The courthouse loomed darker than the rest, its stained facade catching only fragments of the streetlights below. The alley behind it was unnervingly quiet, save for the hum of a broken security light flickering near the dumpsters. Manager Cruz had left a key for me to open the fence and access the restricted area. The smell hit me before I saw anything. Rusty iron, decaying meat, and a sickly sweet floral undertone, like wilting funeral bouquets. I found the remains quickly. 2 chickens lay splayed apart, entrails pooling like offerings to unseen eyes. The circle of red clay looked freshly drawn, intricate sigils surrounding the bodies. Wax from the candles formed looping paths that made my stomach churn if I followed them with my eyes too long. Even if I hadn't been briefed on the cultural context, the connection to Santeria was obvious. Miami, with its rich Haitian and Cuban diasporas, had long been a home to Santeria practices, though practitioners typically avoided public scrutiny. This was different. This felt like it had been done with purpose. From the sacrifice to the location, a request for protection couldn't be ignored. At the center of the sigils lay a small bundle wrapped in banana leaves. I unfolded it. Inside were a courthouse docket stamped with that day's date, a photograph of a young man with a look of despair, and a lock of what was presumably his hair. The docket labeled him as the defendant in an armed robbery. I heard whispers when I touched the effects. At first I thought it was the wind, but there was none in the still air of the alley. They grew louder, words taking form in a language I didn't understand, spoken too close to my ears with no one there. The alley seemed to grow darker, oppressive even, like the courthouse itself leaned closer to listen. I tried to step back, but my legs were suddenly heavy. My vision blurred, and the sigils on the ground seemed to shift. Their lines writhed as if alive, and then I saw something. Shadows at the edges of the circle. Indistinct but humanoid. Their outlines trembling like mirages under oppressive heat. Their malevolent presence pressed me. Though they lacked eyes, or much else in the way of form, I felt them in my mind. And then they laughed. The sound was distorted and wispy and distant. One spoke, not in the whispers as before, but in a deep, unsettling voice that was not quite human. It said, "It takes more than blood to earn a bargain." Darkness filled every crack of space, dousing all remaining light. I was blind in the total darkness. I shielded my face and fell backwards onto the pavement. When light returned, the sigils, the chickens, and the banana leaf bundle was gone. All that remained was the faint, lingering odor of burnt wax. I stumbled out of the alley and didn't dare look back. The next day, Marta told me that the young man whose photograph I had found had been acquitted. The jury, apparently, had deliberated for only 10 minutes. I returned to the courthouse several times since that night, and though there have been signs of rituals near the blood wall, the whispers never returned. Each time I visit, I wonder if the scales of justice are being subverted. Statement ends.
And there you go. And Walter's upset.
Yeah, I need to state for the record that when Alder had left Walter's office, they had left the door open just enough that Walter could hear what was going on, kind of in anticipation of both talking to Satori and potentially playing this. So Walter gets none of the peace that he's looking for. If we're suffering, so are you.
That's some scheming, Older. I'm impressed. Okay.
The naivety is gone.
Can I test my mental focus power thing?
To try and close it off.
I mean, I don't want to care about anything right now.
You don't have to care about it. I mean, it seems pretty unrelated to everything else you're doing for the most part.
But probably I cannot unhear it.
No, you can't unhear it.
You know, Walter, this kind of sounds like that time you found the banana, wrapped up, the banana leaves wrapped up in a candle with the chicken bone inside. I'm waiting to see if he hears me.
Probably right in that moment you hear something like, "Oh no!" And then Walter rushes out and says, "What's going on here?"
Were you listening to the statement?
What statement?
The one that Alder just played. It's a statement about some sort of ritual at a blood wall.
And our trash?
Chickens and I mean, it has a lot of the similar elements. Banana leaves, candle, chicken.
No. I don't want to hear it. Not today. I don't want to hear it. And probably Walter will try to leave the area, probably pay a visit to the roof.
There's cigarettes up there if you want one.
Nice.
Man, I was going to ask him about Kyle, but I guess that's going to have to wait.
Why doesn't he just go home and sleep?
That's a good question. I don't think Walter does that.
Sleep?
Or go
He
home.
slept here a couple of times, so I know he sleeps.
Okay, I was gonna say I can certainly fix that if you know what I mean. Joking.
Yeah,
of
no,
course.
that statement, it did sound eerily familiar to the rest of the culty stuff that's been going on. Because we found just before, I think it was just before we went to the service last week, the trash can was set ablaze and found a candle that had chicken bone in the center wrapped up in banana leaf with sigils on it. So I don't know if it's two separate cults or one singular cult. That individual that Sam is kind of gotten into dealings with also has bright, fiery red hair, which is pretty signature, I feel like, to Adara.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know where to put that, like, on the list. Because I'm also not sure if it's like a distinct, its own thing, if it's the same thing as some of the other things.
Do we know where a blood wall is?
I'm assuming it's at the courthouse.
I don't think any of you have lived here very long, so it's if you haven't lived in Miami, you don't know much about it. It's actually a real thing.
I wonder if Don knows.
Yeah, well, it was a real thing until the 70s, 80s.
That's wild.
Like Santeria sacrifice to get good, hoping to get acquitted in court, things like that. So they would find dead chickens and stuff in the back of it. I mean, nothing quite as elaborate as this, but like, it was a thing.
Oh wow, okay.
We could go.
Like,
I mean,
so old, like it happened so long ago, and it sounds like she went back and nothing else ever came of it.
Maybe you only get one.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
it might be worth just peeking around. I'd always ask Don, see if he knows where it is.
You said that you found something similar, like this a similar MO in the trash can here.
Yeah, somebody placed it
So
in the facility.
I have questions. One,
Yeah.
how did they get in here and nobody noticed? And
I have been
two,
working on that. I've
who?
found one solution other than, Jamie just using doors to go wherever she wants. Apparently, the way that Teddy got in was through the vents entering by the vending machines.
What a
Which
creep.
you don't know where there are any vending machines here, because they're for the cleaning staff vendor. It's vending machines for the cleaning staff.
Yeah, it's like in the hotel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be keeping an eye on that. Also,
But I have no idea otherwise.
do you think that whoever put that was targeting somebody? They must have been targeting someone here, right?
Probably Walter. It was in his trash can, if I recall. And he does have connections to Fire Cult.
Does the people who make those sacrifices have connections to the fire cult, I guess, is my question. Or is this like
I don't know.
a completely separate person?
Oh, why don't I try and see if I can look into the court case that is in the recording?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Like, there's enough details in the recording about what the person was convicted of. There's dates. If it was recorded December 12th, 2012. But she said she went to the courthouse in late November. It shouldn't be
12,
that.
12?
Well, oh yeah, huh?
That's a little weird.
That is a little weird. I don't know if that's the date. Like, that's just the date that she recorded it. I don't think that's the date that, like, it actually happened. But I can try
Yeah.
and look and see and, like, put together the dates and the case. And I mean, the jury only deliberating for 10 minutes. Like, I think there's enough detail that I can. It's a young man, so I should be able to find information about the case.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Scott, can I use one of my investigator special abilities is missing detail. You listen to an account of something, such the statement, and you note something that wasn't said. This can be something implied by what was said or written, but obviously left out. Yeah, my special I figure something out ability.
It is unusual that Matilda did not put what the case was about. And Matilda's, when you've come across Matilda's old statements, they were usually very
Organized,
clear and
detailed. Yeah.
And that seems like an obvious miss.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually really weird. Like, Matilda normally gives all the details. It's weird that she doesn't really say anything about this guy whose photograph she found, like, no name, nothing else about the case. So I think I'll start there.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a text from Walter saying if there's anything new about the cult, check Spain first, because Adar was going to go there. Pretty sure that other guy also mentioned Spain. I don't know if it was him that mentioned Spain or
Satori, are you there?
Uh-oh.
I don't think they are, no.
Maybe
That's okay. Well, they're frozen. Can I make a dice roll and try and do some research?
Yes, make a research roll.
Let me take over for a second here and roll a dice while we wait for Shanoa's internet to resume.
Okay.
Okay. So I have things that I know help with this because I'm I'm specialized in research, not just trained in it.
Okay.
And all my research tasks are eased if I have access to the internet, which I do. Oh, welcome
Hi.
back. Hi. Hi, hello. I'm rolling a dice.
Ooh.
To go and look stuff up. So yeah, I have access to the internet, so all my research tasks are eased.
So it's a level 3. Because you're specialized and you have that easing, it is a 0.
Amazing.
You will succeed. You can choose to roll, because if you get a nat 20, you can get extra info, or you could get a 1 and other things can come about.
We're gonna try it. We're gonna roll my cup. It actually did get a 20.
Okay.
Oh!
So his
It's because you
case
said that, yeah.
was for arson,
Uh,
and
uh,
he was a late, an old teenager, like 17, 18. And he tried to burn down several homes in his neighborhood, including his own home.
Well, I think we can chalk that up to related to the same cult. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I don't buy that.
is there an intake shot, like a mug shot?
There's no photo. No.
Can we Google his name?
Yeah, 1 second. She'll flip up her Nova will flip up her laptop and try to pull up that case. The mug shots for it.
See
Yeah,
if
you'll
there
find it.
is.
Does
Does he look familiar?
He does not look familiar.
Interesting.
And at this point, he would be, if he was 17, like 29, 30 years old at this point.
All right. I text Walter back, and I say the file, the transcript, definitely fire cult. Oh, and he messaged about Spain, which is what I was trying to say before my internet cut out.
Alder, can you make me an investigation? Do you have investigation?
Let's find out.
Or
No, I
anything
just
related
have I just have research.
Okay.
I have research and perception and electronics,
Okay. Never mind.
but not investigation specifically.
Yeah. All right. So what were you saying, Satori?
Walter sent a text message saying
Oh, yeah.
if there is a new thing about the cult, check Spain first. Adar was going to go there. There might be a connection. I feel like Spain has been brought up more than once, so
Alder,
it might
make
be
me
good to
Yeah.
look into Rising Fire Reformation.
Alder, make me an intelligence roll.
14.
3, so. The other statement you had been sitting on, it dawns on you, is related to the Canary Islands in Spain, to an island called La Palma.
Actually, speaking of Spain, I had been sorting through some more case files. Honestly, I don't even remember when. I feel like it's one of those things that I meant to bring up and tell you about Satori, but then something else happened because there's been so many things happening. But when I was listening to other case files, I did find another one that was not totally destroyed, and it mentioned a place in Spain.
Interesting.
It didn't have anything to, like, I didn't bring that one up as immediately because it had, like, nothing noticeable to do with cults. It was more, like, it was, like, weird geography stuff. I mean, it was kind of unsettling because it did say that, like, the entire town of Miami is, like, doomed to, like, sink into the ocean, I think. But that
Weird.
that might just be a, like, we're destroying the earth kind of thing. I don't know if that's, like, a supernatural thing, necessarily. that could just be purely human caused. Though the statement did kind of imply that it was not natural, like, geology stuff. It was like it was weird earthquake things, kind of, that were maybe like not being caused naturally. And I think it was like centered in the Canary Islands.
Weird. Has Miami had any odd earthquakes?
No, Miami doesn't get earthquakes, as far as you've ever known.
Just storms. It's just central hurricanes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm curious to see how that connects.
Yeah, other than the Spain connection, like, again, I didn't bring it up because it didn't seem like it was relevant to, like, this statement with the banana leaf thing, like, does seem relevant to something that happened to us, but this other one, again, it was a couple days ago that I listened to it, but nothing in it seemed relevant at all. I figured it could wait till later, but it is weird that it mentions Spain, when now multiple people have mentioned that.
Curious.
There's no way, like, every complete statement we find can be connected to every other one. That would be too weird.
That would be weird. And you know what? It's also weird that there are so many statements involving this fire cult.
Yeah, and it's weird that, like, we're connecting these pieces and Matilda didn't. Like, she's the one who made all of the recordings and was investigating things.
Well, maybe she did, considering she's not around anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
Because from my understanding, it seems like she got too close to whatever was happening.
The whole team... Never mind. I'm gonna take that back.
I could make a
went too
roll.
far.
Insight check the game master. No.
You succeed. I have no poker face for things. Once I make the statement, I'm like, oh shit, I should have said that.
Yeah, I don't know. We can scour through, see if we can find more in the archives room, but honestly, I really want to go see this blood wall. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Now that we know it's definitely related to the cult, I mean, that's in on the priority list, is going and figuring out more stuff about the cult and all of that. So yeah. Satori, though, do we know, like, what, I'm trying to remember where we left off, like, what time it was? I feel like it was after lunch.
I think it was at the end of the day.
It's near the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Satori, I just wanted to check and make sure that we're still, I know it's not necessarily like a case thing, but going back to the tech conference thing to look into Mel.
Yeah, we can do that. Geez, what time is it? Should we like get ready to go?
Yeah, it's rolling over 5 o'clock and 5:30ish.
What time do we get off, Satori?
Like around 5 o'clock.
I used to get kicked out like at like 5:10.
Yeah, so if you guys want to leave, albeit, go for it. Alder and I have got a dinner to go to. Dinner?
I don't know.
What do computers eat?
I don't know.
Malware. I think I made that joke last time, actually.
Word salad.
Yeah, ones and zeros.
Okay.
They just alphabet
Walter.
soup, but it's just ones and zeros.
You hear people shuffling their stuff up like they're getting ready to leave, Walter. What are you doing?
Walter just tries to still tries to get rid of all of these thoughts, and cheating a little bit about this new statement made everything worse because now he has to focus on nothing this from the beginning. So that's why he tried to stay at the roof.
Well, one of the things that makes it very difficult for you to get into a meditative state or a point of calmness is the singing that you keep hearing. Like, like it's not even close. Like, it's just in the edge of your perception, but it sounds like there's somebody singing somewhere nearby, maybe out on the court in the courtyard area or somewhere, but it's just enough to annoy you and keep you from totally relaxing.
Uh, I think I will try to find the source.
Okay. And you look out, Nova is in the room, packing up stuff, their computer and whatnot. Satori is probably pushing Alder out the door. Maybe not. I don't think Satori does that. That was Maggie. Just packing up to go because they have a dinner to go to. So they're heading out. You see them walk out into the hall, and their mouths are closed as they're walking out, so they're not singing. So you don't really know. It's not this close, whatever it is.
I will change the sound.
Okay. Nova, you see Walter. Actually, make me a perception check. Are you
Sure.
trained or anything in perception or
No.
noticing things? Okay. I'll be straight. Int.
I am definitely trained in noticing things.
Do I add anything if I'm not trained to it?
No.
No? Okay. So it's just 15.
Okay. Yeah, Satori, you and Alder had left to go to your dinner, and you were pretty much out by the time
Into the
Walter
car.
just caught you heading out. So you did notice that Walter seemed focused on finding something, and then he walks out of the office. Not even a
I'm
grunt.
I'm gonna put my stuff on the desk and follow. Because that seems really weird. And I'm gonna unclick the safety on my gun just in case. But I'm gonna follow.
So Walter,
Probably Walter is like,
yeah, it's not that inobvious. It's pretty obvious. So you walk across to the admin area, and over past the admin area is where like your kitchenette, the kitchen for the office and stuff is. And you go past into the admin area, and there's a few people starting to leave, but nobody seems to be singing. You do see an empty cubicle that you vaguely remember there was somebody that worked here that worked in there, but maybe this is an area you don't even really look at much. And you go past it, and then you go out to the food area, and then out in the courtyard, which is like an open air area with grass and benches and stuff, some palm trees, but you're on the third floor, and it kind of overlooks the city and has an open air area. Maybe out there?
I have a question.
Yep.
Does it sound familiar?
Very. Like, it's like a song that you remember, but you don't remember the words exactly, and you can't quite hear the words. They're just on the tip of memory.
I think I have an idea about it, but it doesn't make sense. But on the other hand, doesn't make sense, doesn't mean anything in our most of our situations. So right now, I'm kind of curious about it.
Okay. You open the door to the courtyard, and when you step out, it doesn't get any louder or lower, and And for the first time, you realize you're not getting any closer or further from it, which is unusual when you're tracking down a sound. It doesn't seem to be growing or lessening in volume or intensity or anything like that.
When I realize that, I will just stop. I will close my eyes and I will focus on my hearing because my gut feel, as Walter and the player as well, says that uh, I remember this melody from the orphanage.
There's definitely some. It's definitely from your past, and it might be the orphanage. It does sound like a chant or something like that maybe kids would do in if they were going to sing together, like in a church or something, but not a church necessarily. You weren't the orphanage wasn't singing at a church. And as you're listening, you feel like a warmth of your heart, like it feels nice to hear. Nova, you see Walter close up and like go into a meditative thing with his hands and kind of close down. Now, this from the side back and through a glass door. The door is closed after he went out. And he's standing there, and you can tell he's in really deep concentration of something.
I'm gonna quietly walk out and just like keep an eye out on the surroundings. I mostly am following because one, it's suspicious as hell. Um, and two, we don't know where Teddy is. And if they can just get into the building wherever they want, she doesn't want to leave him on his own.
Okay.
So she's just gonna keep an eye out and make sure that he's okay for now.
So you're listening and you start like your mouth can almost assemble the movements that would make the words you're hearing, but they don't. I'll go on. What were you going to say?
I was just listening. Please go on.
So as you're hearing these and you're trying to assemble the words, you realize the words, either they're very unclear or they're not in a language you understand.
Ooh.
And maybe it's not from the orphanage. Maybe it's a different memory that you're having. And the words are just. In Nova, you hear Walter begin to sing. But not sing like pop songs, more like a droning, chanting sound. Words that feel like they come from the gut and guttural instinct rather than from the heart and beauty.
They make no sense.
And they sound ritualistic.
Like Cthulhu of Target?
Okay. I'm gonna go over and give him a shake.
And when you touch him, his body is very warm. Like, not 98.6, definitely warmer than you've felt a person be. Not fire hot or anything, just warm.
Interesting. Walter?
And Walter, as you're singing, you start seeing pictures in your mind, like almost dreamlike, of gas rising out of the earth and fire down in a hole in the deep in the earth, and you see when you're looking in there that it's not fire, it's lava just rolling inside this place. And it starts to flow, and you hear an explosion, and then you're shaken out of whatever's going on by somebody, and you realize you're standing in the courtyard, and
So
Nova is
it was
standing there.
it was something like what? And then
your head
I realized that it's Noah. I was about to hit, but just stand back. And what you want? I thought all of you left the building already.
No, I saw you go off on your own. So I followed to be sure you were okay. You know, Teddy's still at large out here. What the fuck were you just chanting?
What? What do you mean?
You were just chanting something. It sounded like a ritual, Walter, and you're like really warm to the touch. Are you feeling okay?
That's not unusual for you, Walter. You're kind of a warm-bodied person.
Did you hear what I said?
I did. They didn't. I don't think.
Can you write it down?
I can try. So like grabs a notebook out of her pocket and
okay.
We'll try to write down whatever the hell.
Don't know what to write.
She's like, I don't know what the words were. I mean, I guess it sounded like this, but it didn't really sound like anything to me.
Walter holds no and shakes like, you said that you heard them.
Yeah.
You have to write them down.
I would, Walter, if there was words to write down.
By the way, do I remember any of the words?
You remember the sounds of the chants, but they don't make sense as words to you.
It sounds like another language. I don't even.
I don't know if that's too early to say that, but it feels like something is calling me.
Is calling you? Is that what you were following?
I don't know. I heard something. I was trying to find its source, but it wasn't coming from anywhere. It was coming from here.
Right. Does she know what happened in Boston? She was there for that conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you think it could be that girl with the rock or your mother, maybe?
You think that it's about Lilith for real?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, honestly, I wouldn't put anything past anything anymore. If it sounded like it was coming from within, I think it makes sense.
Do you have any interest in occult stuff?
Interest, yes. Do I understand it? Not really. I would love to, but I don't, unfortunately.
What do you know about things like elements, for example?
Depends on what culture we're talking about. I mean, earth, fire, water, air, spirit is base.
Would you like to make a guess?
I'm gonna say fire. That seems to be the theme of this area. So
yeah, kind of obvious, right? Yeah. So, how could you relate fire element with Lilith? Like, there has to be if they are related to each other, there has to be some sort of bridge.
Fire
And we have
and
to
Lilith?
understand that bridge, if that's a relation with both of them.
I see. I mean, when I think of Lilith, I think of like hellfire. Um,
Hell is a whole different concept. I mean, how do we know that hell is related to fire?
I guess we don't, not really.
We know that hell is related to pain and agony and torture and stuff like that. But about fire? Maybe for some sinners? I don't know. But I always thought that fire is some sort of metaphorical description for hell.
One thing you notice about Walter that is new is he's talking really loud, and he normally talks relatively loud when he's talking, but he's talking exceptionally loud right now.
Walter, is your head okay? Sorry to interrupt your train of thought, but
No. My head is about to explode. I'm still suffering from this weird wound on my arm, and everything's keep coming at me. They don't stop.
yeah, that's pretty freaking stressful. Have you slept recently? Or ate anything?
They're not so important.
Oh, they're pretty important. That's probably would help with the head pain and the stress.
Why do you always come with some regular people facts? We are not regular people. Sometimes I don't sleep for 3 or 4 days.
No, maybe we're not normal compared to other people, but I mean, bottom
Yeah,
line,
I'm a freak.
we're still in human bodies, Walter.
Are you sure? Because probably Alder doesn't.
As far as I can tell. And I guess I kind of come with a human-esque approach to things because it grounds me and sometimes can ground others. It's something that we can deal with and we can address and we can manage now, here, as opposed to everything else that we don't have answers to.
I know I have to calm down,
No, it's okay.
but I can't. Because every single time when I try to do this thing, something else pops up.
Mm-hmm. And that's the chanting? Is that what you were trying to do?
I was trying to think about nothing.
Oh. And it just started singing? That's fucked up.
I don't know. I think I have to go now.
Yeah. Maybe go get some sleep. Or try.
Sleep. Yeah, sleep.
Alder, you and Satori head over to the conference center.
I'm hoping we can get there. I don't know. I think that we get there like what time is it over? Like I want to try and get alone. Like getting alone with Mel does not seem like an option because she's on a computer. But I don't really want to go back into the conference when it's open. Do I know what time it was supposed to end today?
It's going to end at 7 p.m. You'll get
Okay.
there around 6. So you have about an hour before it ends, and you don't know where she'll be at that point, but you do know that she was gonna want to come out and go eat with you.
I would love her to meet me in the parking lot but she's not gonna be able to. I kind of want to do something like that. Like, I kind of think I want to, like, test her in a weird way. I actually think probably instead of having this conversation, I think that Alder is kind of going through this, like, in their head a little bit. Like, and I think maybe we'll out loud with Satori as they, like, stop and pull into the parking lot, just be like, so I don't really know what to do in this situation, because there's so many levels of this that are confusing and weird, because, like, just in general, like, I don't support, like, the development of AI. I think is, like, plagiarizing from, people and artists, and, like, is bad and not something we should be supporting. But then my friend might be an AI computer, and it might just be a totally normal thing that I'm dragging you into that's not even work related at all. I
mean, we're not clocked in, so I think it's fine.
Fair. But then, like, if she is just an AI, like, do I tell her? What is the philosophical implication of telling an AI that they're an AI? Will that, like...
Well, depending on what stage or what type of AI it is, if it's self-conscious and aware, that could lead to other things that, you see in Terminator, like with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, do I just pretend then that she's not an AI? I don't know how to do that, because, like, I kind of want to text her to, like, meet me in the parking lot, because I know that she can't meet me in the parking lot because she can't move herself. But she really, like, it was just the intensity of how much she believed that, like, she was trying to hug me, and that, like, when I tried to use the computer, she acted like she was in pain, like I poked her in the face or something.
Weird. Doesn't really seem like an AI to me.
Yeah, so either she doesn't know that she's an AI, and then I don't know what to do if I tell her, and, like, if she's really my friend, but I've known her for way longer than I think this technology has existed, because they said it was a new model.
Yeah, so how long have you been talking to Mel?
Since we were... I mean, I was a teenager. I was, like, 16. I guess that was, like, less than 10 years ago. But, like, a while. Like, that's been...
Right, yeah.
8 years. Yes? I was 16, and I'm 24. Yeah. 8 years. So yeah, there's no way that technology would have existed 8 years ago, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's weird. I mean, we can just play it by ear. Did you want to commit crimes tonight? I just need to know that before we go in. I don't want to, like, overstep the line, because my moral code is a bit gray.
If we're committing crimes, like, it depends on the crime. Like, if they're crimes related to, like, figuring the situation out, then yeah, that's fine. If this company is, like, turning ghosts into AI computers, then they have no morals anyways, and I don't mind committing crimes against them.
I'll feel comfortable with what I do then.
Do you have, like, a plan of what to do? Because I was kind of just gonna wait here in the parking lot, and I don't think I can get you in. Mel said that it was, like, a very high security event. I had to have, like, a lanyard with my name on it, so I don't know that I could get you in the building. So I'm open to any plans that you have.
I can always try and persuade my way in, but if I need a lanyard, we'll see.
Yeah, they were pretty, like, they kind of, like, threatened that if you ever took it off, like, if you take your lanyard off in the building, like, they like vaguely threatened that they might hurt you, or like violently assault you out, or violently escort you out, I guess. Because it would be, I guess
Okay.
there's a lot of military technology or something here. I don't know. I didn't actually look up or get any information about the conference. I just showed up and
Man, it would be really nice to have like an FBI badge right now.
yeah.
Well, we can try and get it in. At the very least, you can go forward without me.
What do I do once I get there, though? I can't just like steal the computer while someone's watching.
I mean, you can when someone's not watching.
Yeah, but it's like at a booth. Like there's like a guy standing at the booth and there's like lines of booths. I don't really know how anyone would not notice. And what am I supposed to do? Put her in my bag? She's gonna like if she thought I was poking her in the face when I touched the computer, what is she gonna like she's gonna think I'm picking her up and carrying her out of the building? Like that's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if I can't go in, try and figure out what kind of car that guy has and just send me a text.
Okay. Yeah, like try and figure out like how and when they're gonna leave.
And you get a text. Are you on your way?
Yeah.
Alder gets a text.
Yeah. What time?
I'm so hungry.
What time are you gonna get off work?
That's weird.
I'll be off by at least 7 for sure. So, if you're here soon, just come on in, or we can meet in the parking lot or whatever, and we can go from there. I'll be in the parking lot in the back probably, because I'll be helping, with the unload, from the conference and whatnot.
I think I'll definitely show the messages to Satori and be like, see, like, does that sound like a computer to you?
Not really. Do you want to message back and say, do you think you want to just meet in the parking lot?
Yeah, what if we just meet in the back parking lot? And that way she has to leave the building, so
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
we can swing around behind there.
yeah, and that way you can be there. I'll text her back and say, yeah, I probably won't be there till about 7 anyways, so let's meet in the back parking lot.
Awesome. If I make sure they're a little bit early in case I get out early. I don't want to be stuck around the conference any longer than I have to be.
Yeah, I'll try and be there a few minutes early.
No problem.
Yeah. See, like that's so
We'll
not
swing
a
around.
computer. Yeah. As we swing around, I want to do something else, but I want to give you, Scott, the chance to actually do whatever you want with this, because I took a new ability with my last level up that is just a hunch. So it's a flash of insight provides you with a small clue or suggests a course of action with regard to an urgent question, problem, or obstacle you've been facing when you have no idea how to proceed. And then you can't use it again until you've both rested and also followed up on the piece of information that you got. I want to use that, but I think given how many urgent problems we have, I want to leave it up to GM discretion if the hunch that Alder gets is related to Mel or related to one of the other 15 problems that we have, because all it says is an urgent question, and I have so many urgent questions.
Okay. All right.
So I think it would be cool, Alder is gonna really, since we have an hour-ish until Mel comes out, Alder's gonna really try and think hard about the Mel problem. But sometimes when you're thinking hard about one thing, you get insight about something completely unrelated. So I'm gonna try my best to come up with a solution or a guidance or sense of direction for what to do about Mel. And if I don't, then that's fine.
All right, so the two of you get to the Miami Beach Convention Center. You're waiting outside, sitting in the car or whatever. Are you sitting in the car? Are you going to hang out? Whatever. What are you doing?
Yeah, just chilling in the car.
All right. and you get a text message after 20, 30 minutes. All right, I'm on my way out, so look for me. I'll be looking for you.
Hey, great. Yeah, I'll be standing outside my car, and I will get out and stand outside the car.
Oh, hey, I'm over here. And you see them rolling a computer cart out to a truck, like a van, not a truck.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, they're putting all these they're bringing out boxes. It looks like the booth material they're going to put in the van first, but the computer that you recognize is sitting on a cart. I see you. I'm right over here. Come on, let's go. You think you could roll me? I can't seem to move my wheels. They seem stuck.
I'm gonna get up and walk over.
Yeah, I'm gonna like lean over to Satori and be like, "Are we committing crimes now?" I mean, maybe. I feel like this is the time to commit crimes.
Yeah. I walk up to one of the people.
Yeah, there's two of them, and they're pretty busy, and they're like shoving stuff up into the van and stuff. And when they turn around, they see it. Can I help you? Did you freeze, Satori?
I have no idea what to do without her, so...
That was spectacular timing, too.
Yeah.
Am I here?
Back.
Thank God.
Back.
The
people up the truck. Did you hear what I said or no?
No.
Okay, they're like shoving stuff up in there, and they turn and they see you coming up near the van. You need something? What? Is everything okay?
Yeah. I accidentally hit your car, on my way to the parking lot.
What?
And I was just hoping to exchange insurance. Yeah. No, I don't think it left a dent, but it was at the front end, so I'm like really hoping that it didn't damage anything on the inside.
And they both, crawl out of the back of the van and they start going, Where'd you hit us? And they go around the front.
I lead them to the front, hopefully enough to distract them, and I'd be like, you know what? I can open the hood for you and take a look. Like, I used to be a mechanic, and then
start the van up. Let's make sure everything's okay. What are you doing, Alder, when they go to the front?
Rolling away the computer toward the car, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this might be your first actual criminal act. So, make me a sneak roll to get this out of here without them hearing or noticing you're stealing their computer system.
Nice.
I feel like it would be easiest to it's a laptop, right? Like, it would be
Correct.
easiest to just pick it up, but she asked me to roll her. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. 16, and I have nothing that helps with this. Yeah. I am not statted for this at all.
That's not true. You have Satori to help for this.
That's true. That's true, actually.
16 is pretty good.
So you get it all the way to the car and are able to like slide it into the back seat while Satori is talking to them and trying to fix it. And the car's running fine. We don't have any dents. I think we're okay.
Are you sure? I mean, we can still exchange, information if anything comes up. I just feel really bad.
Give me whatever you got.
Okay, I write down Theodora Pester.
Okay.
And then a random number.
And they give you their, he pulls a card for the company that they work for. And on the
thank
back,
you.
He writes his cell number. Call me if you need anything, but I really don't think there's anything here. There's not even enough for an insurance claim. I don't even know. I mean, there are little dents on here. I don't even know where they came from over the years of use of the van. So, but I do appreciate you being honest about it and letting me know. Thank you so much.
Of course.
It's rare to find someone like that.
Yeah, no, because if it was me and like something happened, I'd be really pissed off. So I just, want to be straight up with you.
Theodora?
Yeah,
Do you go by Teddy or
Teddy.
Theodora? Teddy.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
And he puts it in his pocket. Thank you.
yeah, of course. And then I walk back.
And they're putting him in, and you notice that the guy who took the card, he's like looking at you as you leave. Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
Can you make me a D20 roll, please? Before I
yeah.
do anything.
Love when the GM's like, make me a roll. It doesn't tell you what it's for. Or what you're
8.
rolling.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Hopefully it wasn't for me.
Would you like to go out sometime? You seem really cool, and I like the honesty. I think that's really cool, and we're never going to meet again if I don't say something now.
Yeah, I mean, you have my number. It's usually off at like 5-ish. But yeah, if you want to meet up for dinner tomorrow, that would be great.
All right, I'll give you a call. I mean, I got a lot of work to do tonight, and he seems super like glowing with excitement. Like, thank you, and
Yeah.
he heads back to the van. He looks back once while he's like going back, and you head to the car.
I get in the car and my face is beet red.
And
Did we get it?
Yeah. Satori, this is Mel. Mel, this is Satori. I work with them.
Hey Mel. I mean, hey Satori. That's a cool name.
Do I hear that?
Yes. Yeah, through the speaker of the computer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's
I know everyone's all surprised by my
Japanese,
voice.
I
It's a
think.
little deeper than I thought it would be.
No, you're all
than you
good.
think it would be.
Yeah, no worries.
Why are you so
Yeah.
red?
Oh, one of them asked me out on a date, which was a
What?
little weird.
Aldrin,
Yeah.
you notice that
We should
they're putting
drive,
stuff up
probably.
but they're now starting to look around
Yeah.
a little bit too.
I start the car and I peel out.
Okay. You peel out. And in the rear view, you see them like scrambling, running around the car, like under it and everything, and you disappear into the A1A or actually
Smooth criminal.
You got asked out?
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, who asked you out?
Yeah. Oh, that one
Oh,
point.
he's so
You
nice.
know,
He's so nice.
with the blonde hair.
Yeah. That's Tim. He's the best. You'll like him. If it was the other one, I'd tell you, forget it. You would not.
Oh, what's wrong with the other one?
He's like a sneaky kind of asshole-y kind of person.
Oh,
No,
okay.
not
That's,
trustworthy.
I mean, I can be an asshole too, but
Well, we all can, of course. Alder, I can't believe we're out together. We're gonna go eat now. Alder,
did you have a
get-
restaurant in mind?
I don't know Miami. I thought you knew Miami. Alder, you get this smell and almost a taste of caramel, and it's sweet and nice.
That's paranormal shit.
Oh, I know. I still don't know how to say anything without.
Oh, it's so nice to be away from the crowds for a bit. Satori, what kind of food do you like?
A steak.
Steak.
Okay, seafood boils are pretty good. That's a new thing for me.
There's a crab house. There's always crab houses in Florida. That I know. Like all the guys are always talking about when they come to Florida, they like to go to the crab houses. And there's steak. If you like, flank steak, Cuban steak.
GPS.
Why don't look on your phone? You got something.
Yeah. If you
Let
give
me
me
check
some
my phone.
directions. Yeah.
Maybe to avoid like being around more crowds
I just
since you've been
give-
working and
Look to Alder.
since you've been working and around people all day, we could like pick something up and go back to my place. If you're like
Oh my
comfortable
God, that'd be
coming back to
amazing.
my apartment with me.
All I've
Yeah,
ever seen is pictures of your room when you were 16, 17.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it still
No,
as adorable now?
I mean it's messier. Because I don't have like anyone telling me to
Alder, I
clean
don't
it
think
up.
I've been.
No, I don't think anyone's been to my apartment actually.
No, I just saw it
Um,
in the camera when we chatted in the past.
yeah.
So, Tori, do you like ghosts?
What?
Do you like ghosts?
Do
Yeah,
I
Melon-
do I like ghosts?
Yeah,
Mel
like
and I talk
ghost
a lot
stories.
about ghost stories, and Mel is the one who
Oh,
pointed me in the direction of the ghost tour that I did recently here.
yeah.
Um,
They're interesting. I haven't really had any good personal experiences, but I think they're cool.
And you
I mean, you know where I work, so
and you drive off chatting about food and whatever you're gonna get. Nova, what are you doing when Walter wanders away, heading out?
She's just gonna stay outside and like look around for a second and click the safety back into place. Um, does she see anything weird around in the area that Walter was standing?
Yeah, the grass in the area has browned a little bit,
That's
like from heat.
she's gonna take a picture of that with her phone.
Okay.
Um, just for her own sanity's sake. Because she's confused. Like doesn't understand what just happened. But I think that she's gonna, after a bit, she's gonna go back, collect her stuff, and head to the hotel.
Okay. You've never heard a grown man sing at work before?
No, it's not that. It's a ritualistic chanting. Like she's walked into the office before in her old job where they were literally just bursting out with Cotton Eye Joe randomly. Like it's not.
Alder, you realize while you're driving, oh my God, La Palma's a volcano. And Satori, you see Alder's eyes open wide for a moment. Just like in the middle of conversation of nothing. And Mel's like, what just happened? We were talking about food and you went blank. You okay, Alder?
Yeah, sorry. I think I might have just realized something about a case from work.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not sure how much I'm allowed to talk about work stuff.
I'll go to your office. Oh, I'm not allowed to go to your office on my, because this is your boss,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Would
yeah.
your boss seems like she's very cool and would help sneak me in if maybe, because I would love to see
Well,
your
the
offices.
the thing is, and I don't want to say no, but our office isn't the safest in terms of a lot of things.
You know,
as
we're
of
ghost
recently.
hunters. It's not even like that's not safe, is it, to be hunting ghosts?
I mean, depends on the ghosts that you're hunting, but you know, the things that are in our office usually tends to find us instead of us finding them, which is
Ooh.
not really the ideal of ghost hunting.
Yeah, that would be bad.
It's okay. I'm off work. I shouldn't even be thinking about it. I got, and I sometimes, you just get ideas. It can wait till the morning though. I mean,
Alright.
you're here and you're never here. Like this is special. So,
So Cuban sandwiches, potato sticks, maybe some Pepsi.
Yeah.
Just call
In
it
order to go.
a night in.
yeah. Yeah, a night in. Yeah, totally normal night in.
What shows do you Satori, what shows do you like? I know what Alder likes.
Oh, CSI.
Seriously?
And Vampire Diaries.
Okay, now you're getting somewhere. But CSI, really? Oh,
Yeah.
you guys investigate. But you know that's not very
Yeah.
real, right? Like CSI's like,
Yeah. No, I watch it to criticize.
okay, cool. That makes sense because there's a lot to criticize there. All right. And
Yeah.
so
I mean,
let's
same
pick
with
it up.
Vampire Diaries. That's more, All right,
Are we
sounds
picking
good.
up or are we gonna order it? Have it delivered?
I'm
I'll
just gonna
pay.
run in and grab it. It'll be nice and hot. Do
Okay.
you have tab?
Well, I don't have a tab, but I can order it now and it'll be ready when we get there. What's the name of the place
Yeah.
again? And you give them the name. And so, all right, it's
Yeah.
ordered.
Oh,
Ready
throw
to
in
go.
a bottle of wine.
Okay,
If
cool.
they have wine, throw in a
For
bottle.
sure. And adds a bottle of wine. Wait, red or
Hell yeah.
white? It's a steak sandwich. It's got to be
Red.
of some kind. Yeah.
Merlot.
Alder's not a big drinker though. Alder, you can have wine with us, right? You can drink a little bit.
Yeah, I'll drink a little bit if you're having some.
Cool.
And I whisper,
Let's go.
if you don't like it, you can just give it to me.
Okay. I want to try and I'm trying to think of a way to get access to something. If the taste and smell sensation that I'm having is like it's caramel, right? Like that's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my thought process. I'm still thinking seance. But what I remember is that I need something that will connect me to the person I'm trying to connect with. And so I'm hoping that like there's something to the smell and taste sensation that is related to Mel.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and like I also don't know who's driving. Like I don't know if I'm driving, I'm not on my phone.
Satori's driving.
I'll be
Okay,
driving.
okay.
Yeah, you're good. We're in my
If
pickup.
Satori's driving, I'm gonna try and see if there's like most restaurants aren't just gonna have like pieces like candies available. But I want to see if there's like a candy store or like some kind of dessert that has caramel in it that I could order, just to, like have something to connect me to
the
Mel's
restaurants
ghost,
have,
possibly.
like dulce de leche kinds of stuff, which is
Oh,
caramelly stuff,
perfect.
or candies or ice creams or cakes. There's meringue cake with caramel and strawberries, really delicious. Stuff
Makes
like
me
that.
so hungry.
It's so good.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I think Alder starts looking because they're like, I need a ghost connection, and then just winds up being like, I actually just want to eat all of this.
I just want
Right.
all the dessert.
Yeah.
Like, oh, actually, I just want dessert. Yeah, I will be sure to order something or multiple somethings off of the dessert menu.
Okay. Cha-ching! It gets ordered. All right, it's all ready whenever we get there, and you pull in and you're able to get it, and you get the food and you head to Alder's. This is the first time you're going to see Alder's place, Satori. That's funny. Walter, where do you go when you leave in your hurry?
Probably I still have my parents' items back in my car, so I want to bring them back to my house. That's the first thing I want to do, and then I will try to uh, focus on not weakness again at home, and um, if I can manage to do that, I will try to continue
Okay.
until I pass out. Or if I cannot do that, maybe I will need to talk about some things with Marcus.
Okay. And you get home and you take the items out, and you're drawn to the branding iron. You see it, and the letters on it, you had been trying to decipher them, and with Marcus's help trying to work through them. And you are looking it over and feeling it, and as you're doing so, the end of the branding iron starts to glow hot,
I will definitely drop it down.
And it goes cool almost immediately.
I'll try to touch something else because I'm not sure if it's about the iron or myself.
Okay. You touch something else and it feels normal to you.
Weird. So I will try to hold the iron with, I don't know, a piece of cloth, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, it's it doesn't react in any way. Like it doesn't heat up again. It only heated up the end of it, not the whole thing. Like you didn't get burned from it because it was the branding part that got hot.
But in the other hand, I don't want to accidentally brand myself. So
Nobody's thinking about
uh,
accidents.
I will just put it away with a piece of cloth.
Okay. And you're clearing your mind and going through all these things, and you start hearing that song again when you bring yourself down, like this singing going on.
Okay. When I realize this, I will change my approach. I will try to think about what happened in Boston. I will try to feel Lilith if there's a real connection. I'll try to I'll try to uh, I'll try to have some sort of conscious control over it if there's any.
Okay, and you said that you sent me your new character sheet. Make me an intellect roll.
Okay. Uh, I have 15.
Okay. So you close your eyes and you try and take a controlling position in this thing, and you hear your voice rise in this chant. And when you open your eyes again, you see yourself standing in front of hundreds, maybe 1,000 people, and they're in this on the side of this hill, and they're all singing with you. There's a song going on, and you see Adara come toward you, and she looks at you and she goes, she's here, Jennifer Lehman. She's here from America now. We only need to get Walter, and we can finish this up. How is it going on that front? I'll be there soon enough, you hear yourself say. And you hear the chanting rolling, and the music, you realize they're singing to you. They're looking toward you. And the song is beautiful. It feels warm to you. You feel this real connection to the people that are here, not with you so much as for you. And you're standing, and the ground rumbles for a moment, and you don't see it because you can't see yourself, but you feel a smile slowly rise a little bit. Go on. What were you going to say?
I have a question. Like,
Yep.
When I start to realize the surroundings, um, can I try to uh, look for any kind of clues about where this place could be?
Well, there's smoke coming out of the mountain that you're standing in front of. It's kind of rolling out on a steady stream, and there is a feeling of the air is warm, and you smell almost like alder, like ash and soot, and the smell of sulfur. And the heat is just, you can tell it's overwhelming to this congregation of yours, but they're not leaving. But to you, it feels amazing. It starts to, then you feel a rumble again, a light one, and you start to feel this pain from the inside of you. And it feels like something trying to push out. And you feel your stomach churn and your chest become hard to breathe. And you open your eyes and you're sitting in your home, looking at the branding iron and the junk you had taken out, and you're sweating. Where you're sitting, the seat you're in is really hot, like you're on a warming pad that is just turned up as high as it could go, but there is no warming pad. It's just you. And there's a glow coming from your chest that dims down to nothing. And you're back in the present.
I'm kind of shocked.
You're kind of what?
Shocked.
Oh, okay. Good.
So I need to swallow everything, try to understand, try to process it, and I think I will make a call to Marcus.
I'm gonna roll a die. I never get to roll dice. Satori, are you frozen again? You look frozen. I don't know if you are or not.
So on Twitch, we're all frozen except for you.
What?
Yeah.
Are they hearing it? And it says I have a good feed. Is it here? Oh my gosh, let me check. I can see you moving in Zoom.
Oh, there we go. We're moving again.
Okay.
That was
That's
weird.
so weird. Yeah. 8. So, oh, and there goes Satori. But don't worry, Satori will be back in one moment. Because that's how fast our internet seems to come back. Oh, did I speak too soon saying that? Did I just jinx it by doing that?
Imagine if we all crashed.
No.
Knocking on wood.
Imagine that.
Am I back?
You're
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Okay.
Mhm.
Marcus picks up. Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Lots of shit is going on right now.
I know the traffic.
We have to
was
talk
almost got
immediately.
killed in the traffic. What?
What?
I almost got run over in traffic. Some dude in a big pickup almost ran me over going through a red light. Like, world's dangerous.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Because I need your resources. Maybe all of them.
Oh shit.
And you might want to arrange a meeting with your
And
how do you call them? Elders?
make me a perception
teachers?
check.
Okay. Perception is specialized.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
maybe. I have 11.
11. So in the distance, you hear the chanting that you had just been listening to. And he's like, all
Fuck
right,
you, Marcus.
what do you mean? And the phone hangs
Fuck you,
up.
Marcus. Yeah. I will probably throw my phone to the wall.
Okay.
Is it your work phone?
Do
It's
people
his
have
only
separate
phone.
phones?
No,
I don't
you have
know.
one phone.
It is the work phone then.
Yeah.
Work and personal phone.
So, Walter is quite angry right now, and he's looking for some way to get rid of this feel. It could be something like, if there's any place like a polygon, like try to shoot some things, or some sort of, what do
Shooting
they call
ranges.
them? Anger rooms or something like that.
Sure.
I
There
think,
are anger rooms. There's a couple of them in
yeah,
where you just go. They give
probably.
you a baseball bat and things to break.
Yeah, Walter is looking for all of them.
All right. You head to the anger room.
Like, you been lying to me since the beginning.
Back at Alder's, you get the TV on. All right, so what are we? Oh, not CSI. What was the other one you said we were going to watch?
Oh, Vampire Diaries?
Slide me over that sandwich. I'm hungry.
I so want to see what she does with food. I will absolutely put it in front of her.
I'm not feeling okay. All right, and she, like, let's get this fired up. And she the TV goes on and she's looking at it. Satori, what do you do for work? What do you do in the office? Or if you're allowed to talk.
What do I do?
Yeah.
I'm in charge of the office now. But, take cases.
This may sound strange, but I'm having a weird thing happening right now. Like,
Really?
my arms aren't working or something. I'm trying to. Are my arms dangling or something? Are they hurt? Like, I'm trying to.
No.
I'm kind of freaking out. Like, I'm trying
I
to
don't
reach my
wanna-
sandwich and it's.
I don't
can't
want
bring it
to
to my mouth.
alarm you. How do you see?
What do you mean? How do I see? I'm looking at you.
Do you have a mirror, Alder?
I mean, yeah, Satori, yeah, maybe we can go and get one from my room. I assume we're, like, out in the living room. And I'll try and, like, drag Satori into my room.
And when you're looking at her before you go in, you realize her battery is starting to get very low. Maybe she's getting hungry, but yeah, go on.
Oh no. How do we plug her in?
I don't know if there was a charger in the stuff that we stole. I didn't think that far ahead because
I
she
sure hope
acts
so.
so
We
much
took
like a
the whole
person.
cart.
We did take the whole cart. There's got to be a charger. Okay, I thought you said we weren't gonna tell her though,
I'm
because
tired too.
Well,
Can
she's
we get this started? I don't want to fall
she's
asleep. I'm
wondering.
bored.
And I've kind of determined it's not AI. It's definitely a ghost.
Well, so why don't
I feel like the best thing.
Why don't we why don't I do a seance then? Like, why don't I just try and talk to her? Like,
we can
ghost her.
do that. Yeah, we can do that. You have salt in your house?
Yeah, probably.
Like a lot? Like a container?
Like a normal human amount, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little round thing of like salt. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
We should
Morton's.
plug her. How do we plug her in without, like, that's so weird. How do we do
It feels a little
that?
intimate, doesn't it?
It does. It feels really weird. I don't know how to, like, I don't know what she'll think that is.
Yeah, I come back out, and I just take a peek glance, like, in the cart. Sorry, don't want to be invasive.
Up under the bottom of it. Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
plug it in.
Is my purse down there?
Yeah, I plug it into the nearest outlet.
Okay, I'm glad that I brought it. I was worried I was going to leave it in the conference. Thank goodness. You plug it in. What?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you just do?
You feel a little better?
I feel like, yeah, a little bit. You know, I was peaked for a moment there, and I'm like, I feel like I'm getting a second wind.
Yeah.
Cool.
How old
Well, you've had
are
a really busy day.
Yeah.
I have.
Very busy day.
And they do. I mean, I have a lot of energy through these things. You know, I'm pretty good at handling, being on my feet all day. But you know, afterwards, I usually do get a little bit tired. Sometimes I take a nap on the car ride back. Usually, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. How old are you?
I would be 27.
27?
Just a few years older than Alder.
Specifically, what year were you born? I'm not great at math.
So that would have been 1998, I think.
Does that sound right? Yeah. Sounds right. Okay. I look over at Alder. Do you want to? Should we say?
I mean, I've only worked for. I have a bit of a confession. Like, I was able to pay for food because, like, I make good money. My dad owns the company. I know it's kind of nepotistic, but this is, you know, I make good money, and I can.
Okay.
You know,
your dad owns the company?
Yeah.
Hey, since we're here and since Satori, you're here, Mel, recently I was actually worried about missing you because I was on a work trip recently. And I am learning how to talk to ghosts. I've only done it once.
You too, Satori?
Yeah. Oh, well,
yeah, I'm certified.
I'm certified too, but not in the same way. Crazy.
Yeah, I was really excited to tell you, but again, like, I didn't want us to be at a restaurant or something, which is why I thought we would go back to my place. And I mean, since you're here, what if I had to bring Satori actually because I'm not allowed to do it on my own yet. Like, I'm under supervision kind of. I thought it would be really cool. Like, what if we try to talk and see if there are any ghosts here?
That would be like the greatest night ever. What do you think, Satori? That has to be better than CSI.
Sounds good. I just need a few things and I can get set up.
Ghost Hunters International.
Yeah.
I like Taps. Taps was pretty good. It's a good show.
I mean, the lights have to come down a little bit, right? Where's the switch?
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Do you have candles? Or like electric candles?
Possibly. I have a bunch of stuff that my mom gave me when I moved that I honestly never opened. But I feel like that's something she would have given me.
Yeah.
I grab your salt, and Alder, if you could grab something that is sentimental to you that will ground you to the material, that would be great.
I know. Do you still have the computer game cartridge from when we were playing Portal 2?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I mean, we had the best time. That was so much fun.
That would ground both of you.
Yeah, I'd say that's kind of like an us thing. That's cool, yeah.
All right.
I set up a circle with those two inside, a row of candles, and then a second circle and I am gonna put one hand on Alder as they're both sitting in the center. And I will be not in the inner circle, but in the outer circle, still within the salt, guiding Alder through a meditation.
Oh my god, what is the salt for? Satori, you're like, you know about rituals and stuff too?
Yeah. I'm not as good at rituals as Walter is, but I've been around the block a few times.
Walter.
He's our coworker. They went
Oh.
to Boston.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned it. I don't think you said his name, but you said you were going there with a coworker.
Yeah. I never know how much I'm allowed to say about work stuff. Especially like over the computer, you know, when we're like messaging. It's different when we're together in person.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna watch. See what you guys do.
Okay.
You two are the experts. I'm gonna just sit on the couch next to the couch here, of course, and just wait until you're ready.
I set a timer on my phone too
Okay.
for like I think maybe 30 minutes tops.
Okay. Nova, what are
Okay.
you doing after? I'm gonna jump. I'll come back to you. Nova, Walter left. You started texting Satori.
I did,
I
yeah.
see some text back and forth.
Yeah, I text Satori just with a picture of the grass and like the scenario, like a summary of the scenario that I just witnessed with Walter. Just to keep her in the loop. Um,
I
oh,
texted back that there's a hose and a pool on the roof and to let me know if I need to come back.
yeah, and I text back that thanking her and telling her to have a good night. I think everything should be okay. Um, I think that she's gonna tell Satori a bit more about it in the morning, maybe.
Okay.
But tonight, I think that she's just gonna go over all the information she got when she was at the FBI, and just kind of organize it because she doesn't have anything else to do in that hotel, and going for a ride right now doesn't really seem that appealing. So,
You notice in your reports back that there are things that feel off about it. Like you wrote sentences to yourself from, it seems, from third person, and you never talk to yourself in third person. Like you were talking to yourself or somebody was talking to you, but there was nobody mentioned or mentioning, and it's an odd feeling. Like there's almost surely something missing in what was said, but you're not quite sure what it is or what is off.
that's strange. Does
And
it feel like a whole person, like people are missing, or is it like, do I not know at all?
no, there's something missing in the investigation that seems off. Like the conversation is weird, is all. Like you don't talk to yourself like that normally, but you did then. I mean, it's possible you could have, for a moment, you know, spoke to yourself in third person somehow. And you hear a knocking on the doors.
Fuck. Uh, on the doors, like to her hotel room?
Yeah, you're in the same hotel,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Hey, it's Kyle. Did I'm gonna go up to the pool. Did you want to, you know, Satori's not here. Nobody's here, and I was gonna go up to the pool. I thought maybe if you're here, you'd want to go in the pool, hang out for a bit. You know, no big deal if you don't want to. And you hear the footsteps start to fade down the hall.
Oh, hold on, Kyle. I'll be right out.
Oh shit,
I'll join
you're
you.
there. I'm sorry. I
No,
didn't know I
you're
was
good.
bothering you.
You're good. As she like opens the door. You want to come in?
Sure. He comes in.
Feel free to have a seat and just getting some stuff organized for work tomorrow.
How's work stuff?
Boring.
Work at I don't believe boring is ever a word I've ever heard Satori say about the place. So how exciting is your life that is boring work?
Oh, that's fair. I feel like in comparison to like what's been happening um recently in the office, the little things that I do are a little bit more boring, a little
She
more
ever,
mundane.
she ever say anything about me? About how weird I am? Because I'm pretty weird, I guess.
I've heard some things. Um,
What have you heard?
yeah.
And
Uh,
he like blushes a little bit.
aw, do I get the sense
You
that
see
you
it.
maybe have a thing for Satori?
Shit, I didn't think it was so obvious.
Nah, it's all good.
She's awesome.
She's
I
pretty
mean,
cool. I can't lie.
I've known her since high school. Yeah, she's super cool. I don't even. Don't tell her. Don't say anything, please.
Oh, I won't say a word.
Like,
No,
I
that's
don't
up to
handle
you to just.
embarrassment well, and I get embarrassed easy.
That's fair. That's something for you to tell. I won't say anything.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything.
No?
Oh my god. You know how weird that would be then? No.
Would it be weird?
What do you mean? What? If I said that, we would lose our friendship. Like
Uh,
I don't want to. I don't want to ruin what we got. I mean, it's the only thing I've got.
that's fair.
So no. Damn, you saw that in me just from a. Oh shit, are you like an investigator too?
I am. Yeah.
Oh shit, of course.
Sorry.
You're all investigators.
Kind of have to be to work there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I gotta leave in a couple weeks. I'm gonna go do a little like probably hunting or something in the Everglades or something. Do you ever? Yeah, you don't look like a hunter.
Oh, I hunt. I hunted a lot when I was a kid, actually.
Do you know any good places out there that are like I want to be far from people. I don't want anybody around. I like to go out to the wilderness, be alone with my thoughts for a bit. Like I go almost every month, just to kind of chill
Around the
and
full
fun.
moon.
What the fuck? And he walks out.
Satori told me, Kyle.
Oh no, he walked out. He's like
Oh,
that. Like
she'll
should
follow
go.
after him. Like, Kyle,
He's like
Satori
pacing
told
in the
me.
hall. What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean she told you?
Yeah, she let
That
me
was
know.
private. That was private. Oh my god.
She was trying to figure out if there was a way to help you.
There's no way to help this. It's like a curse or something. I don't know. Like, oh fuck. Oh my god. Now does everybody know?
I don't think everyone knows. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who else does.
Oh, so what? So what's your solution? Silver
I don't
bullet.
have one. No, no, I don't. I don't think we'd want to hurt you.
It's probably not a terrible solution, honestly, but it would be too dangerous to even try to be around me. Oh my god. So you know.
I do. Yeah, you don't have to hide it.
Yeah, I do. Other people could hear it. Shit,
I
we gotta
mean,
get in. I
not
don't want to
from.
talk out in the halls. Oh my god.
Come back
Can we
in.
go back in?
Yes.
So what did she say about it?
Um, just that like around the full moon, you kind of like lose your temper a little bit, and wolf out as it were.
I'm already starting to feel it. Like it doesn't happen just right at the full moon. I start getting like it's a build up. It's a build up to that level of anger, and
Oh, so
I
it's
start to
constant.
become. Oh yeah, I'm like I'm just starting to feel twinges of like pissed offedness. I don't know what's the word for it. Like I get pissed off quick. In Spanish, they would call me a leche hervida. Like milk that boils over quick. It's like rolls over and then it's done. But towards the end of that period, it's not so much like it boils over. It stays cooking. Oh,
That's fair.
That's why I wanted to go hunting. I want to be away from people. I don't want to risk anyone.
Yeah. Do you? I wonder if there's something we could like sit down with Satori and like go over some options with you, you know? Like what if we have you ever tried like this sounds awful, Kyle, so forgive me. But like have you tried locking yourself in a room?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, chaining yourself up and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I pull chains apart. Like it's not that
that's fair.
easy. I mean, I haven't tried some like, I don't know, adamantium or something.
Oh
Is
God.
that a thing? Or
I
is
don't
that just in
know.
comics? Shit, I don't know that stuff. I'm not that smart.
Have you do you know if Wolfsbane has any effect?
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. Satori mentioned it offhandedly.
I tried
Um,
garlic, but then I was told that's werewolves or something, so it didn't work for me.
Vampires, you mean?
I mean, that's the vampires
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
that didn't do anything. Um, wow.
Jeez. I'd hate for you to have to go off on your own like that.
We
That
have
must
to
be
become good friends
awful.
now because now you know my secret.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, reciprocate.
Oh, you want to know about me?
Yeah.
Shit. Um, I have a dead twin. He was
Oh,
not
I'm
actually dead.
sorry. I'm sorry. That wait, what?
Yeah, her body kind of went missing. The day that she was pronounced dead, which is kind of weird, right?
Like ran away, like a runaway?
Like got up and fucking ran off on its own or something.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh wow. I mean, that's
Um,
you miss her.
all the time. Yeah.
She's never reached out to you.
Sometimes I feel like I see her or hear her. Um, like she never really goes away, but I don't know if that's just me or if she's actually like something weird. You know what I mean? She wasn't exactly normal before she died either. So she air quotations the died.
Wow, this place is so freaky. I don't
Yeah,
know. Everybody around here has like weird shit in their lives.
absolutely.
In fact, wouldn't it be weird if there was somebody around this place that had no weird shit?
I feel like that would be
I wouldn't
even
trust them.
weirder.
That'd be
No,
like the most untrusting thing. Would be like
for
to
real.
be regular and normal and have no weird shit going on with your life, right?
Completely. I'd be like, how are you functioning? Like, is this real? What are you hiding? You know?
Right. Where's your stress coming from?
Yeah.
I
It's bit,
did she tell you that I like my hair grows like mad?
no, she didn't say that, but
It's freaky. Like I go through shavers like nobody's business. And
that
you
sucks.
know, I have to get haircuts all the time, or I mean, I used to cut my own, but I really don't trust myself with scissors around for that much. Like they could really do damage.
That's
And,
fair.
The razors are okay. Towards the end of the month, I get like I can't even keep up. I look scruffy after a shave.
You like immediate 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. In the right light, to myself, I'm like, damn, you look good. But it's only good for a little while, and then it's like, oh shit, you look like hell again.
The constant maintenance would be annoying.
So what were you doing? You had your computer out. You looked like you were working and shit. You know,
Yeah, probably
your office
shouldn't
is
be.
right down the hall.
I know. I had nothing to do. I was bored. But the offer of swimming
All right, let's
sounds
go.
exciting. Yeah. She goes in quickly, gets changed, and heads up with them.
All right, and you go up to swim. Back at Alders, the salt rolls around. You set up the candles, the lights. You begin doing the things you need to do to create a seance. The smell of the caramel is just constant around Mel. It doesn't like grow, but it never really dies down either. But it was, you didn't smell it when you were in the conference with all the people around you. Maybe it was just so many people that kind of overwhelmed your senses. And you start to do this thing. And after a while, you realize there's no ghosts here that you can contact. Anything? Alder, anything? Oh, sorry. Shh.
No, it's okay. I'm not getting anything yet. I'm really trying, like, just like with Walter, like really focusing on the taste and the smell and like really trying to like lean into it, and like nothing happens.
Mm-mm.
Which
is probably weirder than something happening.
It is, yeah, it is actually. I will
is.
like, I think eventually, like after really trying and like I'm really focusing on it, like I'll kind of like peek over my shoulder at Satori. Nothing's. I'm not getting anything. Like I'm trying not to talk out loud because I don't want to like. I'm trying to like mouth to you like I'm not getting anything. I don't
That's weird.
like smell anything.
Nothing?
I'm not getting anything. I don't know. I'm still having like the thing that I get, like I can taste stuff,
Yeah.
but I'm not contacting anything. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Oh, I don't think you're doing it wrong. I think there's something else going on here.
Yeah, I guess there's no ghosts around, maybe, Mel. Sorry, I feel like that's so lame to like do this and not find anything, but
Yeah,
I guess it's
totally
good.
cool. I got to see you
I
do
mean-
a ritual thing.
I guess
this
it's
what you
good
do
to
for
know
work?
that my apartment's not haunted. I've actually only done it like once or twice before. So it could be me, like I am still learning how to do it. Maybe I didn't like do it correctly, but honestly, I'll take my apartment not being haunted. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
So, Tori, do you
I mean, that's a
utilize
win.
these skills all the time? Oh my God, she's only done it once
No.
for you? She's
Hey Mel, actually, you know like a ton of stuff about like ghosts. Like you know how we talk about the thing. Like I've told you
Yeah.
before about how I like can taste and smell stuff, and we always associate
so
that with
weird.
ghosts.
So cool though.
Yeah. Do you know if there's any? We've always just like associated it with ghosts, but do you know if there's anything else that would could cause that to happen? Like, have you heard of anyone having that reaction to a
Hold
non-ghost
on,
thing?
let me look it up. Let me see if there's something. I mean, it could be paranormal stuff, but not necessarily supernatural. Like maybe not ghosts, maybe it's other things. Like lots of things maybe do it for you.
Yeah. I guess I've always, like, when I'm trying to think of every time it's happened, I've always just assumed it was a ghost, but
Is it
maybe
just
that's
energy?
not right. Maybe it's just, yeah, maybe it's broader than I thought it was.
That makes you more badass. You hear that, Satori? More badass. Time for a raise.
I wish I controlled that.
Oh. Time for you to get a raise so you can control that and give Alder a raise
Yeah.
too.
I also have a boss, so.
Yeah, time to take out the boss, I guess. I'm only kidding. I know you're in a,
She's pretty
in
cool.
a weird place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just an energy thing then.
Yeah, I'm
Not a
even hungry
ghost
anymore.
thing.
It's like I feel
Yeah.
recharged after all this, and I don't feel hungry anymore. That's. You can throw the sandwich away, I guess. Or you can save it for tomorrow. Maybe eat it for lunch.
I'll save it.
Tomorrow.
I'll probably eat
Pretty
it.
tasty, I imagine. Maybe I'll have a bite before you get rid of it. Let me have a taste, maybe. Oh, what's going on? You know, when I had my accident, you know, my arms kind of come in and out of usefulness sometimes. I mean, I never say anything because it's a little bit hard to talk about, but it's really frustrating, you know. That's why I love talking on the computer with you all the time, Walter. I don't feel like I'm in such a bad place sometimes, you know.
What
So
happened,
happy
if you
picked
don't
this
mind
up.
me asking?
Oh, an accident at my father's work, at the company, and yeah, I mean that's why I'm in a wheelchair. It was pretty bad, and sometimes I still get like muscle pain or something that like my muscles. I can't lift things or use my arms. That's why I was asking you to bring the sandwich to me. I'm so sorry. I never talk about it because I just don't know what to say. I don't want to feel weird or anything.
I will lean over to Satori and
You can throw the sandwich away. I don't need it.
We'll save it. It's fine.
She's not a ghost, I don't think. Do we tell her?
What do you mean she's not a ghost? No, I'm not a ghost. I'm right here. What are you talking about?
Mel, I think we should. You, right here with us now,
Yeah, I'm in the present.
are a computer.
A computer? You're a computer.
I can go get that mirror that we were looking for
What do you
earlier,
mean that
Satori.
mirror?
I will be right back.
We thought that maybe there was a ghost, your ghost, in the computer, but I'm starting to think it's a
computer.
little bit different. Since the seance
I don't
didn't
get it.
work, I have a feeling that your soul is still connected to your body, and your body is
Well, yeah.
connected to this.
Yeah, I have a soul. It's right here. And
Yeah,
in my body with me, just like everyone else's.
but
I
not
will,
with
like-
us now.
I feel like what Alder has is the mirror that I had in my college dorm room that we just like leaned up against a wall because there was
The tall
there
one.
was no like we didn't have a full body mirror anywhere, so we just like bought one at the store and like leaned it up against a wall. And I feel like Alder like, brings that out and like just holds it up in front of Mel's general direction. Satori's telling you the truth. I wanted to figure out what was going on before I told you so I could like have a way of breaking the news because it's a really weird thing to tell someone. But I think that then the working theory is that if your father owns the company, he's using your mind to power artificial intelligence somehow. Or someone at the company is. I don't want to automatically blame your dad, but that, like, you are somewhere, you're just not here with us. I think.
That's not me. I mean, I see you, Satori, right next to me, but that. What the hell are you? What kind of fucked up joke is this? I thought we were friends.
not a
And you're trying to
joke.
do this shit to me. And then the computer off.
I don't know how. Wait, do you think that was her doing that, or do you think that
I think
someone
it was probably
unplugged? Okay, because like if she's hooked up to a computer somewhere, that was what I put together, Satori? Is that what you were implying?
Yeah, well, I don't know what her father does or what kind of company he runs.
Yeah,
But
I
if her consciousness is uploaded to an AI and it's not a ghost, and this source right here is not containing her soul, then my thought is her body still has her soul, and she is neurally connected to whatever software this is.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking and implying too. I can't tell if it's a like, like there's the different angles of like, oh, you see in like movies and TV shows where it's like they have to upload your consciousness so you don't die, like if it was her dad trying to protect her and keep her safe. Or I feel like my mind automatically jumps to the like, oh, he's a CEO of a company, so he's probably a bad person and he's doing it to make money.
I mean, yeah, it's reasonable
Um,
to assume, but you want to see if we can get her back?
I guess I don't know if that's like an invasion of her privacy to like turn the computer back on when she's trying to leave, but I feel like we have to talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, you also can't just turn off your mind when you're having a conversation with people, so
I mean, you can.
rude. And
I feel like Walter's been trying to all day.
Walter's
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
that's
master
fair.
that.
I turned the power button back on.
And it boots like instant almost. What are you doing? Why are you? Can't you just leave me
We're
alone?
trying-
I can't understand what you're trying to say. This is.
We're trying to help you, Mel.
I need to leave. I don't want to stay here and be made fun of, and you guys try and tell me I'm a computer. I know I'm not a computer. I don't understand what you're showing me. I don't know what that.
I don't think that you're a computer. I think that like your mind is right now connected to a computer. If that's any consolation. Like I
Your
think
body
that you're
physically
you.
is not here.
Yeah. Like just right now, your mind is connected to this computer in my apartment. But I do think that you're you and you're somewhere in your body, just not here.
Why?
And
Why
We
did my
didn't
dad
want
do
to
that?
alarm you. What
It-
kind of company does he own? What does he do?
What we do is we try and make like neural connections between people and computers to speed up active work and to help people that have had medical
Yeah.
unresolved medical problems.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you've been different
shit.
ever since your accident?
Well, yeah, I thought I was paralyzed or something. What does this mean? Oh no.
I mean, it could be your dad's way of trying to help you. If something happened to your body and you couldn't live in it anymore, and he was just trying to give you a sense of normalcy.
I mean,
But not telling you and also making you go to conventions to sell
I
the
wanted to
product
go.
is
I told
okay.
him I volunteered for these things so that to
Good.
help out the company. I don't. But that means I'm not really here. But where am I? That means my body is somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if I'm in the hospital still or something, or in. Then
Can you is it a good idea, you think, Satori, for her to call
I can't-
her dad?
We can call
Like-
him
what?
Like, I know this is
if
like,
you
don't you
want
think you
to.
should ask him where you are? Like, what happened to you?
He thinks I'm in Miami at the conference. No,
I mean, he has
I
to
think I am.
No.
If you want to call him, you can call him. If you want to put on some Vampire Diaries, we can put on some Vampire Diaries. We were supposed to have a fun night anyway.
Yeah,
But-
I thought the seance was going to be a lot of fun, and it ended up being boring.
Well, it means you're alive, which is great, actually.
Yeah, you're not a ghost. Which is good.
Yay.
It also
I take a
means I'm
really
probably
big sip of my wine.
in the only condition that isn't dead.
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, there's no way to know for sure.
I think I want to leave.
Okay.
I'll talk to my dad in person.
Do you want me to call him? Or should we take you somewhere?
I'll call him.
Okay.
And you hear a dialing, and somebody picks up the phone. It's Mel. Can I talk to my dad, please? Yep. Hold on one second. Nice to hear from you, Mel. And the phone is moved. Yeah. What's going on, Mel? What's going on, baby? I have a question for you. Where are you? I thought you were in Miami. I'm in Miami at my friend's house. Oh. What happened in the accident? And you hear a long pause. We saved your life, but your body is in a coma, and it will never be able to, from what we understand, ever come out of it. So I tried to give you as much of a life as I could back. And you didn't think to tell me? How could I? I didn't want you to know this. I thought if you kept busy with all the work stuff like you were trying to do, that you would feel like you had a normal life. Can I talk to your friend too? Are you there?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm here.
I hear you. I did nothing out of malice, just so you know. I just didn't want to lose my little girl, so I did the only thing that I could think of. I hope you don't think anything worse of me than you probably already do, and that it. But if it was your dad, I think any dad would do what he could. At least I get to talk to her every day, and she gets to have a good friend. And I want to thank you for being with her through all this.
Yeah, I mean, when you explain it, it sounds like you did the thing that you could do in the circumstances. It feels weird and bad that you didn't tell her. You had to have known she was gonna find out eventually,
Yeah,
and
I knew.
and that you didn't just tell her so she could hear it from you is kind of not the best, but it
How do you tell her that she'll never go play outside again? How do you tell her those things that she'll... So I tried to make it feel like she could go out and do some things sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, she traveled all the way here, so
I know
clearly she can do all kinds of things.
She was so excited you were going to come by the conference, and I tried to tell her then, and she would not hear anything. She was moved beyond movement that she was going to see her friend finally. Dad, I'm going to go now. I'll see you later. And there's a hang up.
I'm really sorry that you had to find out like this. I mean, it sounds like your dad was just trying to protect you, and science advances all the time, and medicine advances all the time. Like, just because they say that you're in a coma doesn't mean you'll be in a coma forever. And
Let's get you a bionic body.
Thank you, Satori. That would be amazing. I think I'm just going to be happy having friends that I can talk to about ghosts, and be glad I'm not a ghost at the moment.
Who knows? Maybe we could hire you at Magnus.
I'm not coming into the office.
I mean, you could technically.
I could, I guess.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I mean,
treating
you're
me like a person. Then I guess if I'm not a person, I don't know what I am.
I mean, you
you
are.
are,
You are
yeah.
a
I don't
person.
You're
know.
still you. Like, you're still the same person that I've talked with about ghosts for years. I mean, everything that we could do before, we can still do now. I mean, going on ghost tours might be a little bit different, but like,
Yeah.
bring your laptop on a ghost tour.
You can wear one of those fancy glasses, Alder, that's got a little camera in them, and just like full on FaceTime Skype through.
Yeah. I could
Be
almost see out
POV.
your eyes.
Yeah. Like, we're gonna have to find like
guess.
different ways of doing some things, and like, but we can still find ways to do most of the same stuff. Especially like, we normally talk and we FaceTime and we, share ghost stories and stuff we found online or things that have happened to us. Like, we can still do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we can. I mean, we almost have to do only things like that. I'm just glad that I had you through all this and that we're still friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, you're still you. Like, some stuff is gonna be different in your life, and you know, you're just gonna have to find different ways of doing some stuff. But I don't know. So I was hoping to find out what was going on because I didn't. It was a weird thing to tell someone that you're not really here, but um, I I'm I don't know. In a way, like, in a way, I feel like it's good to know, and I'm glad that you know you got to find out somewhere safe, like as opposed to like from a stranger. Like, there's worse ways you could have found out.
I think
Yeah.
I think maybe it is time to watch some Vampire Diaries and
Yeah.
Did you want to start at episode 1 or
whatever
when it
one
gets
you
good?
want. Whatever's good. I don't know
Okay.
where it's good.
We'll start at 1.
All right. Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you for being here, or for letting me be here. I guess
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't want to like dismiss or invalidate the fact that it's really hard and like this is a really big thing to know and to find out about yourself and that things are going to be really different, but like it is really cool having you here still. And we get to
Yeah.
do stuff together, and it can still be cool and we can still have fun.
yeah. Let's
Every
watch
girls'
TV.
night
Huh?
I've ever had ends in existential dread, so I think we're on track for the evening.
Yeah, I prefer none of that. No more than of what's already happened of that.
I don't know that we could get more unless we've really, really tried, so I think we've reached the cap for tonight.
Yeah. Also, we technically committed a crime, but you don't need to tell anybody that.
We did, yeah. I have to figure out how we're gonna get you back.
Yeah, you just show up,
Yeah.
like for work.
Yeah.
Or we'll take you home at the end of the night, wherever that is for you, if they're keeping you at a hotel, if you've got your own hotel, or
I'll give you the address whenever we're ready.
Yeah.
Can we just watch TV through the night though, and then do it in the morning?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
we'll make sure you go to work on time.
And you turn on the TV and time
Drink a lot of
passes
wine.
and there's wine
Satori drinks a lot of wine.
and blood.
I mean, nobody else is drinking.
Mel's not
so-
drinking it. Yeah.
Mel's not. And the blood in Vampire Diaries turns to water in the pool as Nova and Kyle swim and chill in the Miami moon. And I think this is where we're going to break. All right.
Yay.
Well, thank you for joining us in the last few moments there. Rodolfo Claren.
Thank you for
You caught
popping
the
it.
last minute. We will see you next week. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night. Ooh.